Hello, everyone. This is Insomniac GM, and I have a story to tell you that involves guns, mechs, and badass women. This is the story of a one shot I ran in Rifts with my two nieces and my wife. Now, in Rifts, if you don't know what a glitter boy is, it is think Master Chief meets Iron Man. You're in this power armor that is just so powerful. It is one of the most overpowered classes or OCCs in Rifts. Core rulebook, I should add. So our players were all playing members of the same family. They were part of a clan. I'll call this clan Clan Z, but they were all one house. The two nieces were playing nieces of the one character. So my wife, her character was taking the two nieces out for their first mission to give them experience, to understand what their family would be going through the normal duties of the house. So there was an incident where in Canada a rift opened up and the three of them went to go investigate what this was. Now, I believe the armor they used the Glitter Girl armor, which is much faster than the Glitter Boy armor. I believe, if I remember, that thing can go like 90 miles an hour or something. So the three of them ended up running to one of the local areas where that rift was found, and it led them to a town. Well, they noticed that the town was just destroyed, it was battered up, and they noticed that there were like no survivors. There was nobody at all. However, they found inside one of the wells, they found a machine. Like it looked like the Terminator robot, but it was missing its legs, it was missing one of its arms, and like its jaw was completely like malfunctioned, and the thing was like sparking and struggling to move. So they captured the thing and brought it with them. They were trying to get information from it, they were trying to get like ideas of what happened, and from what they were seeing, it looked like the people were carried off. So they went to go investigate another nearby town. Once again, they can move fast, so they are covering a lot more ground than a normal human can. So I get to the next town, and same thing. Now, one of however, they do run across one one survivor, and the survivor is like trying to run away, trying to flee from them, and they corner him and capture him. And to make my youngest niece happy, I put in a red panda NPC. He was a mutant animal or a DB, dimensional being, and his name was Fuwafua. I believe that was Japanese for fluffy or something. But my niece fell in love with this character so much that when they interrogated him and got information from him, my niece forced him to come with them everywhere, to the point where like she was pretty much holding a gun at him and was like, no, you're coming with us. She would not take no for an answer, and she would use her glitter girl armor to chase him and catch up to him, grab him, whatever, to stop him from running away. Now, when they interrogated Fuafua, they learned that the people who attacked the town were actually people with cybernetics, some to the point where they were robots, and they learned that the robot they had with them was not really completely robot. It had the organs of a human, the brain of a human, and that. However, the machine was taking control and whatnot. Well, they went to they went to the next town to warn them about this. So they went to this town and they kept they had to step out of their armor, so one person stayed behind and watched the other suits, while two of them went into town and started asking questions and whatnot. Later on, I'm sorry if some of these details are kind of fuzzy. It's been a month or so since I've ran this, and I didn't keep notes of this, and I still don't have their character sheets. But so when they went into the town, they were interacting with people and NPCs and whatnot. One niece kept just communicating with Fuafua like crazy. That was like her whole thing at that point. And one niece, the first time she came to my table, not the Fuafua one, I gotta say, bravo to her. I think out of any player I've ever had at any of my tables, she had the best problem solving out of anyone in any of my games. She always tried socializing, tried getting clues, she tried piecing everything together, and she tried finding alternative solutions to things. And I got to give her kudos to that. So they were interacting with the people in town, which eventually they managed to piece things together and realized that the cybernetic people were had implants that were making them like look like people, and they came out into the public and started attacking the people. So the two girls had to run back to their suits while one of the other girls came running in, guns blazing, shooting these machines up and that. They're also running in, saving civilians, taking the hits. Just synergy with that. Now, afterwards, I learned that the creature that came from that rift was a dragon. Now, this dragon was trying to use cybernetics and implants and whatnot to create an army that could not defy him. I'm sorry, defy her. I made the villain a female dragon. It never came up in the game. Um, they never tried really talking to her or anything, but that's fine. Um, so after they ended up defeating her army, they hunted her down. Now, she wasn't as strong as like other dragons. I made this dragon a DB dragon. This one was very big, and it didn't have psychic powers and whatnot. I kind of based it more on like Dungeons and Dragons dragons, and the reason for that was I wanted to give the players an aspect of DBs, an aspect of technology, and an aspect of magic to get more of an understanding of rifts in the future. So I made this a dragon that can cast spells. Smart, in fact, it's using the cybernetics and whatnot. It doesn't use cybernetics on itself because that would limit its magic, but they ended up fighting it. And we went into this battle, and they kicked this dragon's butt. Like, they were freaking out when they came across this thing, and instead they curve stomped it. They shot out its wings so it couldn't fly away. They gained up on it. There was a moment, like the most damage I took was there was a moment where it shot its breath at them, and I told them flat out, like, listen, Fuwafa is gonna die. Like, it's gonna do this much damage. Fuwafa has this much health. Like, Fuwafa had, like, I think 20 HP. And for those who don't play Rifts, the dragon was doing like multiple hundreds of damage for its breath weapon. So even if it rolled minimum damage, it would one shot Fuafua. So the one niece, like, she shielded him and was like, I'll take max damage to shield him. Okay. Um, but yeah, they curve stomped that dragon. The dragon was not rolling too hot, and they were rolling well. They eventually killed it. They didn't go to where it was hanging around. In its lair, it had like a minion who was providing the cybernetics and everything, but that person's alive. Maybe I might use them in another one shot in the future, maybe with them or without. But this was just a game to introduce the three of them to Rifts. So, um, that's my Rift story, and I hope you guys enjoy. Take care.